Hey guys, welcome back. This is team building video number 3. Today we're going to talk about loyalties within your team. So in team building, there are certain loyalties that we all have to decide what we are going to pay attention to and what we are going to behave towards. So remember in the week 1 video, I showed you the triangle of Patrick Lencioni's triangle of trust and his book, The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. And on that bottom level, trust is where we are still hovering right now. And there are several ways to develop trust within your team. And one of those ways is to decide what we are going to be loyal to. Now, this could be a vision, this could be a mission statement, it could be the core values. Today, we're going to talk about being loyal to the system that the team puts in place. And everybody has a choice whether to follow the system or to not follow the system. And I'm going to give you an example, a scenario of how that works. And I will say that in our decision whether or not to be loyal to what it is that we've agreed upon, and in this case it's going to be the system, that is one of the ways that we build trust. Can we trust our teammates to follow the system, or is it only when it's convenient? So here's the scenario. So see if anybody can relate to this. So let's say, for example, that my husband and I, Frank, are a team. And I would suggest that every married couple, every family is a team. It's not just your team at work or a team in your charitable organizations. Our families are a team, and we have to agree on the systems that we're going to follow. So let's say that Frank and I have agreed to work on our finances. And one of the ways to do that, let's say, for example, he says to me, Tara, I do not want you to speed down the freeway, because when you speed, you're going to run the risk of getting a ticket, which is going to cost money, or you could get into an accident or be involved in an accident, which is also going to cost us more money. It'll raise the insurance rates. We're going to have all kinds of expenses to repair the car. So I need you to drive safely down the freeway. I don't want you to speed. So as a team member, I would say, oh, yes, absolutely. I agree not to speed. I'm going to be a safe driver. No problem whatsoever. Now, in that moment, I'm telling the truth because I have agreed upon a system that there's no skin in the game. And right, we've been talking in the character videos that character only happens in that opposite situation. So in this initial agreement, I haven't showed my character yet. That's going to come in the next step. So I'm saying yes, I'm going to agree to this. I'm not going to speed down the freeway, and I'm not going to be reckless. So what happens the next morning or a week later when I am running late for a meeting or running late for work? And it's very typical of me to be running late. And so when I get into the car and I'm running late, now I have a choice to make. Am I going to be loyal to that system, that the team that I'm on, that we set in place? Am I going to be loyal to that system? Or am I going to be loyal to my own self-preservation? That's the decision that we all have to make on a daily basis. So this is where a character kicks in. So I have 2 choices. If I stay loyal to the system, that means that I'm going to drive the speed limit down the freeway, which means that I'm going to be late to the meeting. The consequence to that is that I'm going to be embarrassed in front of everybody. I'm going to walk in late. I'm going to cause a disruption. And I will be embarrassed, and there's another consequence. Well, a couple more consequences. One, I might get in trouble for the place that I'm going to. They may dock my pay, they may put it in my personnel file that I was late. If this is a recurring problem, there may be some penalties for that when I arrive to work. But there's something else that is a deeper issue, a deeper consequence for most of us, and that is that if I show up late, that means that my character's on display. It shows that maybe I have poor organizational skills in the morning. Maybe I have a lack of discipline in the morning. Maybe I am just really scattered, which I am. And I don't want people to see all of that. I don't want all of those character flaws and those behavior choices that I'm making to be on display for everybody to see. So I am going to, choice number 1 is to speed down the freeway, or is to go the speed limit and show up late and expose my character, right? A lot of us can't handle that. A lot of us can't handle having people see on display that we have poor organizational skills or that we're not disciplined in a certain area. So I would probably choose option number 2, which is to self-preserve. Now, self-preserve works in the moment, but it has consequences later. So when we choose to follow the system, there might be immediate consequences, but there's going to be a long-term benefit in the positive direction. If we choose to self-preserve and not follow the system for the team, that is also going to have an immediate, it's going to be the opposite. That's going to have immediate benefit of comfort as opposed to discomfort. However, the long term is going to go into the negative direction. So when I choose to self-preserve, this is an easy lie, right? It's an easy lie because Frank wasn't in the car, so he has no idea the speed that I was traveling. I didn't get a ticket and I didn't get into an accident. So 9 times out of 10 or 99 out of 100, I can fly down the freeway and I can drive, recklessly to get myself there on time so that I won't be embarrassed. But I'm risking that system. And I'm risking being a team player. So on that 10th time or that 100th time when I get caught, either I get a speeding ticket or I finally get into an accident, what's going to happen? I'm probably going to once again choose to self-preserve, right? If I'm not honest in the first time and doing the speed limit, then I'm probably not going to be honest the second time around. So now when I get into the accident, I'm probably going to blame it on the other person. I'm going to say there was traffic, somebody pulled in front of me. I got a phone call when I was walking out the door, so I couldn't leave on time. I'm probably going to make all kinds of excuses because, again, there's another choice, right? So once we get through the first set of choices, now there's another set of choices. Am I going to be honest and say I was not following the system? We agreed that I would not speed down the freeway, but am I really following it? No, because now I'm caught. So now my character is going to be exposed anyway, but it's going to be exposed the hard way, right? Now the stakes are higher because now we have the consequences of higher insurance rates, fixing the car, the copay, the deductible, whatever it is, all this extra being without a car, the rental expenses, right? And so everything is happening that we didn't want to happen because I chose not to follow the system. So let me give you a couple of other pointers here that when we are talking about being loyal to the system. Number one, is the team safe enough for the team players to make a mistake or to admit that they made a bad decision? Because here's the other reason why people will not admit a mistake or that they made a bad decision. If the team is not safe enough to handle it, they're going to self-preserve every single time. They're not going to be honest and they're going to make an excuse or cover it up or deny it or whatever. So the team has to be safe enough to handle when people make mistakes or make a bad decision. Now here's the thing about mistakes. Mistakes only happen the first time. The second time, it's a choice. Because when a mistake is made the very first time, we don't know what the outcome is going to be. There are genuine mistakes that we make and we're like, oh shoot, I had no idea that was going to be the outcome, right? I made a mistake. I misjudged, I miscalculated, whatever. The second time, if your teammates or someone under your supervision is making the same mistake over and over and over again, that's not a mistake. That's a character issue at that point. That's a decision that they are making, a choice to keep making that over and over and over. So we go back. Why are you choosing to be late over and over and over? Okay, so I really am unorganized in the morning. As soon as I get my coffee going, my head's like ping, 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 and I'm doing all these things. And it slows me down getting out the door. I'm not disciplined to keep those boundaries to close all that other stuff off that entices me, right? So there's reasons why people are making these, but if the team isn't safe enough, or if I don't have the right character to say, yes, I was late, I was not following the system because I'm being selfish ahead of following the system that we agreed upon. So we agreed that I wouldn't speed. I'm breaking that because I want to do my thing in the morning, and to me, doing my thing is more important than whether or not I'm speeding down the freeway. That's not following the system. That is not being a team player. The last thing I'm going to say, actually I'm going to hold that because we're out of time. So I'm going to say the I'm sorry and the whole apology thing for the next video for team. So let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you the next time on the next team building. All right, thank you so much, guys. Take care and have a good week. Bye.